The even, regular forces that normally held the TARDIS in shape were starting to bend. The outer door was opening onto nowhere. The slit widened, and a white fog started to blow in under pressure. It was backlit brightly and moved by forces the Doctor had never believed he'd see, the time winds. The Doctor shouted a warning, but it was unheard. He reached Adric and pulled him back just as the full brilliance of the light hit the console. Romana crouched in its shadow as glass covers popped and exploded, and the paneling started to burn. The doors were wide open, and the time winds ran through K9 like desert sands. Not that the Doctor could watch for long, because his attention had become fixed on the maelstrom to which the TARDIS had been opened. Out in the void, somebody was running. Too far away to make out yet, it was definitely a figure in roughly human shape. It fought its way nearer, and finally crossed the edge of the void and entered the control room. Through the inner doors, the stranger turned and took a hold on them. His face towards the battering now, he started to put his strength into closing the TARDIS. The stranger was tall and broad-shouldered, basically human in form, although his features were like those of a lion. His hands were broad paws held in a curve, and what showed of his face, head and chest was covered with a tawny gold fur that was swept back in a mane. His ears were high and pointed, his mouth wide with the tiny points of fangs showing. He wore a baggy white swashbuckler shirt that was torn and stained in a couple of places. He might have been on the run from a fairy tale. The doors were closed, the time winds excluded. Even though the more immediate danger had been suppressed, still the TARDIS shook with the hammering of the void. At the console, Romana and the Doctor watched as the alien set in coordinates. "We've got to stop him," Romana said, but the Doctor put a restraining hand on her arm. "Don't touch him," he warned. "But..." "Watch his hand." They watched. It drifted across the console. The coordinate key sank and lighted only moments after it had moved on. "He isn't fully on our timeline," the Doctor said, sounding pretty certain even though he was only guessing. The alien rotated the lever that would make the coordinates effective, and almost immediately the rumblings that shook the TARDIS were underpinned by a more even vibration. "What is he?" Romana breathed. "What did he do?" The Doctor had no ready answer, other than to state the obvious. "I think we've just been hijacked."